Hello and welcome to another broadcast with our contributors of Inspired Living. My name is Crystal Hill. I am the founder of Hill House Publishing, and we're just all so excited to be launching Inspired Living tomorrow or Friday, wherever you are in the world. The mission really for Hill House Publishing and all the books projects that I do is to help awaken and empower humanity into deeper sovereignty and connection. And so it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Emma Gray, who is one of the contributors. She's a clinical psychologist, meditation teacher, and a few other things. And I'd love you, Emma, to share with everyone just a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure, great. Yeah, thanks, Crystal. It's great to be here with you. I'm so excited about the book launching. So yes, I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm a meditation teacher. I'm a coach. I really work with women. I love working with women to help them restore balance physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, then so that they can create a foundation to step into their highest purpose. So I work with them to discover what that is and the pathway to get them on their path to their highest calling. So that's what I do. I love it.
Beautiful. And so I know in the book you're sharing a little bit about your backstory and why you do what you do. You know, that's really a question that always fascinates me. Why do people do what they do? How did you come to helping women to find this kind of balance so that they can achieve their highest purpose and their highest calling?
Yeah, good question. I feel that it's always been in me, actually. It's this deep soul calling that I couldn't ignore, probably even if I tried to. I didn't always know it was there, though. The readers of the book will see that it was an unfolding journey for me. I think as it is for everyone, we don't often get born, within our heart, oh, this is what I'm meant to do with my life. It's an unfolding journey. But I've always been interested in people and I've always wanted to help people. But I guess through my own personal journey of suffering and my life falling apart and not at all going to plan, that I discovered meditation and mindfulness for myself, and really how transformational that was for me and what a difference that made in my life. And because it transformed my life so powerfully, and I can see all of the benefits that came with that, I guess I merged that with my passion to help people, and voila, here I am doing the work that I am now. But because I know that it's transformed my life so much, I really want to help other people, find ease in their suffering, restore balance, ease stress, and really tune into what their most powerful calling is. So, because everyone has one, everyone is born with a powerful intention of what they want to do and be in this lifetime. So it brings me great joy to help them figure out what that is for them. Yeah.
And it's really true, isn't it? It does require us to figure it out. It does require us to ask some questions, to reflect. And what is one starting point that you use with your clients to help them figure this out?
Sure, yeah. So really it's to invite them to explore, bring awareness to the things that interest them, the things that they like to read about and talk about and watch and listen to, because we are instinctively, intuitively drawn to the stuff that is really going to light us up. So it's exploring that with them. And then I have meditation and various mindfulness techniques, which help them tune in, really get quiet, really get still, really to quiet all the noise that's happening in here, so that they can hear that inner voice, that intuition, that calling, that inner wisdom, that inner guidance. It's there for all of us, and we all have access to it if we can get still enough to hear it. And so I have strategies that I use to help them tune into that and listen to that and really bring that more fully to life. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, because it's so true, isn't it? We need to cut through the noise of the conditioning to really become still so we can hear ourselves.
Yeah, and we all have fears and we all have self-doubts and we all have anxieties and stuff which holds us or can hold us back.
Yeah.
So it's finding also and using the tools that can help shift that stuff that's getting in the way of us really fully stepping into whatever our purpose might be. Yeah.
And you are sharing one of those tools in your chapter.
Yes.
So I won't ask you about that right now. I'm going to
Okay.
leave people to discover that tomorrow when our book launches. Which brings me to that next question, Emma. What was it that made you say yes to joining Inspired Living as a contributor and a co-author?
Well, I always had a little ego-driven dream that I wanted to write a book.
You and 81% of the population.
but really more than that, I just love helping people. I really genuinely love helping people, and I love to see people discover these tools for themselves and see that life doesn't have to be miserable, and life doesn't have to feel stuck, and life doesn't have to feel other than absolute joy and a feeling that everything is an adventure. And I really want to help people discover that for themselves and to really live their life on purpose. Sure, there's uncomfortable moments in there, and we're all messy, imperfect human beings. Life isn't perfect bliss and joy all the time. I'm not suggesting that, but really life can be more meaningful, more fun, more fulfilling than I think we're conditioned to believe. We're conditioned that life has to be hard work and a grind and all of those unhelpful things that we're taught along our life path. And really it doesn't have to be like that. So whatever I can do to help, to serve, to support, it really brings my heart so much joy. So yeah, every time I see a client have a transformation or have a breakthrough moment, it just lights me up and makes me feel so happy. So, yeah.
Beautiful. I love what you said. Life doesn't have to be as hard as we've been conditioned to believe. I think you said it the opposite way. Life can be a lot more joy and fun than we've been conditioned to believe. And that really resonated with me because yes, we have been conditioned to believe that it's hard, right? And so really to take that away, and this is the whole intention of this book, Inspired Living, is to show that joy and inspiration following that is a choice. And I think, when we had our launch ceremony this morning, that's really what resonated the most. That was the strongest message for this intention for this book as we're birthing it into the world, is to show people that inspiration and that joy and therefore prosperity is a choice.
Absolutely, yeah. And I work with people who are not in a joyful place a lot of the time. So I don't want to send a message that, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong if I'm not feeling joyful and there's something wrong with me, because it's not that at all. Because these are tools and skills that we need to learn. I often joke with my clients and say, did you go to the class at school on how to cope with normal, healthy, uncomfortable emotions? And did you go to the class at school to learn how to live joyfully? And of course, we didn't get taught that. So it's stuff that we can learn, or unlearn the stuff that is unhelpful and then learn these new skills and learn to release the beliefs that are getting in the way of that. So yes, we absolutely have a lot more agency in our lives and designing the lives that we want to live than perhaps we might allow for. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Emma, how was the process of writing and this whole journey of the container of coming into collaborative book like this? What was that like for you?
It was so fantastic, actually, Crystal. You've done an amazing job. It just unfolded with so much ease and flow. I've sat down to try and write books before and, written a few pages, and it felt like wading through mud. And I thought, oh, this seems like so much hard work. But still, I had that dream that I wanted to write a book. And then this opportunity arose, and perhaps it was perfect divine timing that I was in the right space at the right time, and you were exactly the right person to help this all come together. But one of the pieces of advice actually from one of the other contributors was meditate first, which is so obvious now when I think about it because it's what I do. But to not write it from the head and not think about it so much, which I think is what I had been trying to do previously, but really meditate, really quiet all the noise in here and drop deep into the stillness and let it flow through me, which is what ended up happening. And it came together really quickly, really easily, with really minimal editing. So it's just been a joy and a delight, actually. The unfolding of this has been really fantastic. Yeah, loved every moment.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, it is so true. Like when we're trying to write it from our head, and we have different roles, and it's natural for you to, you're teaching a lot, so it's natural for you to write it from that voice of the teacher. But when we're writing something like this, we want to write from that voice of the intuitive voice and that experiential voice. And I loved what unfolded when you did that and what came through. And again, we're not going to give that away because that's just such a powerful thing. And it just brought when I saw what you put into your book, in your chapter, it just made everything else that you wrote just made so much more sense. Everything else.
It really surprised me, Crystal, what came through when I was writing. I was like, oh, I didn't plan that. Where did that come from?
And it was the perfect thing to come through. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So if anyone here listening, if you're listening and you're thinking, wow, that sounds like an incredible experience, I would love to have this experience as well. I've been wanting to write a book for a long time and I've never done it. And, Anton said the other day, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? So it's really, if that is calling you, we have a book coming up. It's open for enrollments right now, and it's called Inspired Entrepreneurs: Embracing the Magic of Your Soul Mission. And there's some incredible people who've jumped into that opportunity already. And I'd love, if this is resonating, for you to come and have a chat with me. And also, of course, now tomorrow, to support all these beautiful authors like Emma and Doc V, who I just interviewed before you, is to come and support them to become international #1 best-selling authors by going to crystalhill.com, buy Inspired Living, and get your copy for only 99 cents tomorrow. So that's all it is. It's on Kindle. The paperback version is coming out a couple of weeks down the track. For now, we would really love everyone's support in purchasing their Kindle copy tomorrow or 9 a.m. your local time, wherever in the world you are. Emma, is there anything else you would love to share with anyone before we wrap it up here?
I would say be kind to yourself. We beat up on ourselves so much trying to be perfect and trying to live this perfect life, and whatever that is, if we can all just pause and breathe and be a little gentler with ourselves, I'd say that.
Yes, and that then can lead to living an inspired life and just opening up that flow and that ease that we were talking about.
Yes, because as we step out of that self-critical thinking, then it opens up the mind to that greater inspiration, and our life can just unfold in beautiful ways, for sure.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you so much for being here, Emma, for sharing your wisdom and for contributing your journey and your story into the book. And I will see you tomorrow for our launch. And everybody else as well, come into our Facebook group, where we are going to have some panel discussions where the contributors are giving away some freebies as well. And we're just going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. So thank you everyone for being here. See you soon. Bye.